Female friendships are dead. I don't keep female friends. I don't talk to females. They are always jealous. They are envious. I only keep male friends. If this is your school of thought, get a seat, please. Darling, we need to talk. That friendship affected me in different areas of my life, especially even my academics. It affected me. Female friendships are worse, are bad. For the first time that I can really remember in my life, I started to feel these acts of unforgiveness towards them. And I was looking for a way to, break free from this friendship, because I'm like, this is exhausting. This is mentally draining. And I was getting tired. I was exhausted with the friendship. Now, what if I tell you that this set of girls we started to drift apart? I'm just going to tell you my story, everything that I've gone through with female friendships. All of you who feel female friendships are nothing, please let's have a seat, let's talk. Before we go further, let me quickly introduce myself. Welcome back to the channel, and if it's your first time here, you're welcome. I'm Tomikaye, a beauty, fashion, lifestyle, self-growth content creator. If this is something you're interested in, please go ahead and subscribe, like my videos, share my videos, and let's be one big family. In today's video, let's talk about female friendships. I'm not just going to be giving you, the good side. I'm just going to tell you my story, everything that I've gone through with female friendships. I have more of female friends than male friends. I've spent most of my time with female friends. I've had meaningful friendships, and I'm just here to tell you from my point of view about female friendships. I'm not just going to tell you the good side. I'm also going to walk you down the memory lane, and also one of the biggest time that I hated female friends. Not female friends, not like I hated them, but I hated my friends at that time. So let's get into the video. I'm going to start from the one that stand out the most, friendship hurt, the one that I had that stand out, and I'm so happy that I can finally tell the story. Okay, backstory. I went to a single girls school, and primary school is definitely mixed school. I had both male friends and female friends, but like I said, always had female friends more than male friends. Was that in primary 6? Oh, okay. I feel like I talked to more of male than females, but my close circle was actually female friends. I have like 2 female friends. Yeah, so going to secondary school I went to a single girls school, and I had friends, in boarding school, and it was a boarding school. So when you find yourself in boarding school, or if you go to boarding schools, you definitely know you have to have like really, really close friends that you guys will go to dining together, go to fetch water together. If it's the type of boarding school that I went to, we'll go and fetch water together, drop bucket together, stuff like that. What I'm just trying to say here is, you help each other out when it's time to fetch water, because we normally go through water scarcity. So at that period, you have people who are your close friends that you join bucket together. When they see you, they know this space is not for only you, it's for you and your friends. So that's the type of secondary school that I went to. But the truth is, going forward from JSS1 to JSS2 to JSS3, friendship kind of changed, in the sense that the close people, the people in my close circle changed, and another close circle. So the significant one started from SS1. And I feel like at SS1, we are now like a little bit grown. Not really grown, but, I feel like we've kind of changed, we've grown, we've evolved a little compared to when we were in SS1. So I was in SS1, and I ended up in a room. In that room, most of us, we became close friends, and also my friends from that were in the same house. We have different houses, so we kind of became friends. And I think we're like 7 people who were working together as friends. Now you can tell it's really going to be chaotic. Yeah, it's going to be chaotic. I won't lie, that friendship affected me in different areas of my life, especially even my academics. It affected me. When you have too many lively people in a circle, and you guys always, joke and play. So the time I was supposed to go and read, then when I was in SS2, because we kind of like changed and most of us were not in the same room. So we usually meet up together, go to dining, go to class, and also after night prep, meet up just to gist, free time gist. We are always in the same place. It affected me academically, but I want to focus on the heart. So you can tell this group of friendship or this group of friends or whatever is really going to be chaotic because we are many. And this is 7. Let me be sure of the number. Wait, I'm going to count. I'm going to put this off camera. I think when we were 9, yes, we be sheep. We many. This is 9 different people who have different personality, who grew up in different houses, different homes, who are from different tribes. We had Igbo, we had Hausa, we had people from my tribes. So just imagine these 3 people, 3 ethnic groups together, different personality. And we're in different houses though, but we ended up in the same room or whatever. So this is all of us together. We started to drift apart. At some point, it was as if we started to split. We started to quarrel, we started to fight. Childish, by the way. And I was getting tired. I was exhausted with the friendship. I had only one person that was still close, which is my bestie. So both of us, we didn't drift apart, and instead it got to a point, them on her, and because I felt what was happening wasn't fair, I couldn't take side. I didn't take obviously the wrong side, and that kind of like affected me. And then I was now in the center, and so we were kind of packed together, and I was looking for a way to break free from this friendship, because I'm like, this is exhausting, this is mentally draining. And then we were to move to another hostel because we're moving to another class. And I was a prefect. I had the privilege of, just picking bunk before people. And I told myself, this is intentional. In case one of you guys are watching it, this is intentional. I make sure first I tried to keep bunk for somebody, but it didn't work out. But I made an intentional decision to make sure that I don't pick bunk for myself and for them in the same. I don't want us to be corner mates. There's this thing we call corner mates if you go to boarding school. So I did that, and I made sure I don't want to be corner mates for the people who were in the same house. I just want to be free. I just want my brain out. I was exhausted. So that happened. The issue of bunk or no bunk, it caused fight, caused gossip. Later on, things started happening. Different words fly. Gossip fly, and we started to turn against each other, and we're like, what, we are disbanding. Yes, girls group, we are disband. It's more like we're musicians, and then we disbanded. So we grew apart. Everybody, we kind of pull out. The people that we were pulling out little by little, and the people who were remaining, I was with my bestie, like both of us were just doing our thing, going to the dining, and we started to understand each other. That's the funny thing. We started to understand each other the more. We were arguing less. We're 2 different people. One have temper, one also have temper, but the temper of one is not like it needs to make sense. Then it's so funny, like our combination was so funny, and even the people that we were together, they're like, yeah, they're not gonna last. This one's temper, this one's temper is like this. Meanwhile, we were working things out. When we're angry with it, I don't like this thing, like you will see us, this thing that you do, it don't make sense, I don't like it, this one, that one. But the moment, let's say we are coming from chat, because I remember one have the argument, we are coming back. That doesn't mean we're gonna keep malice or whatever. We'll resolve that issue. I got the message. You're not okay with this. Cool. She got the message. She's not okay with. I'm not okay with this. That was how we continued. And the worst part was in the class. We're sitting together. One was my seatmate. The one at the back was also this. So it was exhausting for me at that period. I was left alone. They'll go for a break, they'll leave me, they'll be going to the lab, and I hated to work alone. I didn't like to work alone. I've always been this person who people, I just usually have friends. Like, I have somebody to talk to, so they'll leave me, I'll go to dining, they'll leave me, I'll go to the class. And my bestie, we're both science students, but we were in different classes, so we can only see each other during breaks. We can only see each other during breaks and everything. So that happened, and things started to happen, and it started to hurt me. And it got to a point where, for the first time that I can really remember in my life, I started to feel these acts of unforgiveness towards them. I started to tell myself, these people, you hurt me, because I was hearing different things that were not true. And I'm like, you guys hurt me, I'm gonna keep you close. I'm like, I'm not going to forgive you guys. And that was it. And I remember I had this daily man at that time. Praise the Lord, hallelujah, somebody. So that period, I just wanted to get a daily man. I didn't even know I was gonna need it. I wasn't reading it for the longest time. And during that period, and at that time, I was a prefect, like I said, so I was in junior hostel. I was not in my mate hostel. So after night prep, none of this drama. It's just me on my bed. I wasn't, then doing that, I wasn't even chatting with the juniors. I was just on my own. I'll get to my bed and I'll try to pray. And then I'll be feeling so bad because of these people. I'm trying to pray, and there was this burden I was carrying because of them. I wasn't happy. I had this unforgiveness tied up in my chest, and I'm like, these people, I'm not going to talk to you. No. Like, I'm not going to forgive you. I'm going to rule you guys out of my life. And for that time, the daily manna kept, forgiveness. Like, I kid you not, it was talking about forgiveness at that period. And I feel like that's why they say God knows the beginning, He knows the end, He knows what will happen in the future. I feel like maybe God is like, this guy is going to need this, so let's talk about this. Write this in the daily manner. And so I will be saying forgiveness, and I'm like I'll be fighting. I wasn't, in compared to now, my relationship with God wasn't solid. But I'm a Christian. Once in a while I pick but that time, that manner, I just know I needed it. And whenever I opened the manner for that day, it's forgiveness. And there was one that I remember vividly, was talking about forgiveness, and he said, the prayer points, call out the people who you are holding and you are saying you are not going to forgive. Call them out by their name and say, I forgive you. Hey, people, it was really hard. I'm like, yep. Call them with what they did. No, I'm not going to. I was like, God, just help me. Because that's it. Sometimes some things are out of our control, because we are humans. You can't blame yourself. But God is the person, God is the only person that's going to help us. And I'm like, God, just help me. And I remember I still kind of going, I forgive you, stuff like that. And then somehow I had the courage and this to, walk up to one of them and tell them, you are the least I expected this thing from. you.